Thank you for staying with us. And today, for our hot topic, we have the story on Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's infamous 6-month suspension by the Senate, which began on March 6, 2025, and officially concludes. She's slated to return to the National Assembly when plenary resumes September 23, 2025. There are palpable fears that her re-entry may not be seamless. Her refusal to apologize to the Senate during the course of the suspension has fueled speculation that she might face renewed pushback. Will she weather the storm, or will fresh drama brew? Seeing everything that has transpired so far, the core question remains: was her suspension justified or disproportionate? Was it a necessary enforcement of decorum and institutional rules, or a politically motivated sidelining of an outspoken lawmaker? Critics argue her case represents a disturbing pattern of silencing dissent, while proponents insist decorum must be upheld. So we ask, what are your expectations as Natasha resumes September 23rd? Will the chamber witness reconciliation, or will this be the prelude to renewed conflict? Was the Senate's action an overreach or a rightful exercise of authority? Most importantly, does this saga underscore deeper flaws in Nigeria's legislative system, where the weight of political power often overrides democratic principles? We just had breaking news. Here it says on the matter, actually, and we got the papers is saying today that the National Assembly management has formally declined Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's request to resume legislative duties after serving her 6-month suspension over alleged misconduct. The National Assembly insists that no administrative action can be taken until the Court of Appeal finally deliver a verdict on the matter. So, of course, this has put a spin on the conversation we're having today, and we would love for you all to join the conversation, and you can join us on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ladies, you know, at first when this topic came up, I just thought, because yesterday I had taken the news, the story in the paper, and her lawyer was speaking. They were quite optimistic that her re-entry will be without any drama. In fact, I think he may have said, you know, not to quote him verbatim, but he was saying something about the Senate president, was the, you know, at the top level, were quite happy to have her back. Almost as if there isn't going to be any drama. They haven't heard any story that there will be any disagreement. And just for us this morning, you know, while preparing to see how 23rd pans out, we get this message. What are your initial thoughts given this breaking news?
As in from when you're processing one, another one is breaking. Yes. That's exactly it. Because I remember when I saw the topic, and in my head I was saying, how would they receive her? Some factions would be excited about it, others will not. We know that APC has the highest number of people in the Senate. That's the majority. Then her own people would celebrate her with the, because of the protest that happened during the fracas. She had a lot of civil society join her, a lot of women came out and all that. Those ones would be excited to see that she's coming back. The media at this point will be cleaning their ring lights and camera setting up. Okay, let's see how she's going to bounce into the house that day, how they're going to welcome her and all. I was still processing what will be the modus operandi going forward when it comes to her. And in my head I'm like, now they will now want to hold the rules a little more tighter for her. You cannot just stand up without recognition to be able to speak in the house. You must follow the ethics. They will be quoting. I'm sure there will be somebody dedicated to be quoting it for her, so that she does not miss. She does not, what they say in pidgin, she no match line, And how would that play out when it comes to the whole political terrain? Only for us to get this news now that they are not going to be allowing her to come in. So I'm wondering, how long would they leave her out of her workplace where she's going to be representing her constituents? What's going to happen? Because so far there's been no replacement for her people. There's no representation for her people. So the policies that she should have been making that would help her constituents, her people, and all of that, there's a lacuna there. There's no space there. So are they going to keep her and then suffer the majority of the people or the constituents because of what has happened? Is there any, what's it called? Is there any plan to ensure that those people do not suffer for more than 6 months suspension that they've given to her? Aside from, so this is not just be about Natasha herself, it's about the people that she is representing. This one, they are saying she's not going to be coming into the house till the court gives a form of verdict. How long is it going to take the courts to give that verdict before she comes back to do her duties?
Honestly, so you've said a lot of things that, you've said a lot from me. Exactly, they've stayed out of making policies for a very long time. That's her constituents, and she's supposed to be there. And you now predicting that there's going to be an issue when she has not even resumed yet. It's alarming to me. And she has served the punishment. You said 6 months suspension. She has done her 6 months suspension, despite the fact that she tried to make sure that it's not up to 6 months. She fought and all of, but she still spent the 6 months out of office. Now it's time for her to resume, and there's another, you've blocked it now. So, but all I'm going to say is that in that 6 months, I am very sure that everybody has learned, both parties have learned. The Senate, they must have learned 1 or 2 lessons, and they will have adjusted. She too should have learned 1 or 2 lessons and should have adjusted. And she may come renewed, we don't know. But let her resume. Since her lawyer said something, Miriam read the story yesterday, her lawyer has said that, okay, that she's going to come, she has prepared to come, and the good thing for them to do is to allow her come in and let them see what she has or what she has learned, and let them see the new her. If she has learned from her lessons and everything, we need to move forward. We need to move forward, yes.
Your initial thoughts, please. Take it easy.
People keep complaining about us not obeying the rule of law in this country, and this is one of those cases where they are not obeying the rule of law. They gave her 6 months suspension. She appealed. They
bounced it.
They rejected it. They now appealed that rejection. Okay, their excuse now is that appeal
they're waiting for the verdict.
But inside that appeal, the 6 months has elapsed. So what's the normal thing to do? Is, well, everybody, let's cut our losses and move on. But it is this now, to me, it's like a vindictiveness. They're trying to show her, you think you have power? We will show you that. Yeah, so it's where, and I hate to put it like this because I'm not really a gender biased person.
Okay.
It's as if the men are trying to say, you this woman that you think you can, we all women.
You can mess us up outside, come back in.
Disgracing us about
but YK, they have said that it's not really about her. It's about the rules of the Senate. They said she misbehaved. She was also asked to apologize. We're still waiting for that. We had discussed that, her lack of apology. And, sometimes if a rule is not enforced, there will be chaos. So the Senate, as a body, is trying to make sure that there are rules in this place, there are proper rules of engagement in this place. And if you don't follow, if we let you go, especially because they may say, oh, she's a woman, we're afraid, let it not seem like we're being gender biased. Tomorrow, 100, different people will get up and misbehave
Miriam,
as well.
First of all, there are no 100 women in the Senate.
Well, just 4.
I'm just saying in the future, in the list.
1 and 3.
Now there are 4 minus 1, so there are only 3. And those 3 don't seem to be
strong.
Letting we're not hearing their voices like that. I'm not saying they're not doing anything. I'm just saying we're not hearing their voices like we heard her voice. Now, when they suspended her, they didn't say it's 6 months suspension plus an apology, or if you don't apologize,
you will not
that 6 months is not
suspension.
Okay.
They didn't say that.
Yeah.
So why didn't they? So once the 6 months is up,
allow her
to resume. Well, as they said,
resume. You can let her in and then give another 6 months on top again.
It's okay.
Well,
but
so
I think yes. Now we want to someone can move the motion that Natasha did not apologize to our esteemed Senate President, so we are giving her another 6 months. That's a different thing. Then we will now start fighting that fight again. But
it has elapsed.
It has elapsed.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, the breaking news says they're waiting for the court, the Court of Appeal, and after then we'll know what happens. But we have to go on a commercial break, and we'll be right back shortly. Thank you for staying with us. So we are discussing the breaking news that the National Assembly management has formally declined Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's request to resume legislative duties. And we'd like you to join our conversation by calling our numbers, and of course you can join us via Twitter as well. Drop your comments via Twitter and hashtag TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. YK, we're talking earlier, just before we left, and we're saying that is this about discipline, or do we see this as targeting a particular outspoken senator?
How dare you? How dare you speak up? So I think it has been established that the Senate has their disciplinary powers, right? Even the courts established it, that they have a right to go through their committees, put out their punishment however they see fit, because they have that jurisdiction, right? But I also think it's wrong to refuse her coming back into the Senate after she has done her 6 months. I think that is too much. That's now showing that this has become vindictive. We are now giving you fire for fire. And because they are lawmakers, I don't think this is the way to go. You mentioned rightly about the rule of law. We make these laws, we have these laws, and we tell ourselves that we want democracy, we want people to obey the laws, and we that make the laws are the first people not to obey, to break those laws. So I think it's very unfair. But I would have thought that by now, if actually they will not allow her come in, that her constituents will rise up to say, what is happening? For over 6 months, we did not have any form of representation, and try to maybe talk about it or even sue the Senate. I think the people have those sort of powers to put the Senate in check. You have taken away our representation for this long. She's about to come back and you are saying you will not let her in. So who is going to represent us? But it seems like the people of Kogi are not bothered about this.
They have tried. They have tried.
They just broke now. Anyway, it just broke. So let's give them time.
They may decide to rise up, because I believe that because she has a lot of support too.
She does.
I watched that one when she came by helicopter.
Okay, when she
that protest, the crowd.
Okay.
So she has supporters.
She's a strong woman.
But BC, remember they're in court. So to say it's being vindictive, isn't that taking it a bit too far? Because they are basing it on their being in court, and based on till they get that judgment, nothing can be done.
That judgment is different from the 6 months that they had given her.
Yes.
So she can resume and they continue being in court.
Yes, I get you. But while she was waiting for her 6 months to expire, she went to court. And they countersued her, and so that's where they are. So now they have to wait for the court.
Do they?
Yeah, they don't have to.
Anyway, we'll see what what our callers say. Legal luminaries, please call us. Let's hear what they have. Yes, but Ramatu, I want to ask you: does this really? Sometimes people will say women like to make this about themselves. They think it's because she's a woman. It's just because she didn't show discipline. It was a lack of discipline on her part. Is it really, do you really see this as a woman issue? Haven't there been men in the Senate who have, for different reasons, gone against the Senate way and have found themselves in hot water in the Senate? Do you think this is really about her being a woman?
Somehow, partly I'll say yes, because yes, quite alright, she did something that was, sometimes when I think about the incidents, I'm like, if she had gotten up at that particular point in time when they said she should stand up from the seat, if she had done that, all this issue wouldn't have, all these things wouldn't have happened. But because she has already done that, and everybody, they should be able to pardon her, and she has gone on the suspension and she's back and everything. But then I still feel that women are not. We have supported her, but we have not done enough. No, okay. And I think we need to do more. Okay, because she's not only representing.
Let me hold you on that. Let me take a call. George from Jos. Oh, we lost the call. Sorry, George.
Okay, so she's not only representing her constituents, she's also representing women as well. And she's representing, you know, she's there as a mother, she's there as a sister, she's there as a friend, she's there as, you know, to women. So I think we women, we should sit up as well and see, not just only her constituents trying to sue or trying to ask the government that why are they doing this to their person. We also women, we need to come up and, you know, show her support and love at this particular point in time.
Okay,
because she has served this suspension, so she needs to be heard. They need to allow her in, just like what Auntie Yenny said. When she goes in, if there's any other thing that they can say, okay, there's another one.
But also, I wanted to ask, you know, if Natasha apologizes, what does that mean for her own political capital? What does that say to her constituents? Would it make her weaker or would it make her stronger? You see, and you know, we always talk about being able to play that political game. Because if you're out, you're not really in there representing your people. So sometimes maybe, you've lost, you know, just play the game so you're in there where you can make an impact for your people.
Can you really make an impact when you... Because I want to give you the example.
Sorry, YK, before you go. Let me take Ola from Abuja. I would like to hear your thoughts. Let me just take his. Ola from Abuja, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to salute your courage, and I want to say you are doing a good job on this program.
Thank you.
One of the most important things is to get the foundation right. You see, if we see this issue as gender issue, then we are missing out of the point. Just like one of your commentators said, we have seen male member of the Senate falling short of the rule of the Senate, and they were heavily punished for it. You see, because you are all seated, you are...
Why can you say?
Yeah, I was going to say, you see this apology that we're all saying. There is one thing about apologizing, and there's another thing about you apologizing and them emasculating you completely. I will give you an example. The Rivers State Governor. When they say they have removed everything that is like man inside that man, that's Rivers State Governor.
After he apologized?
After he apologized. Because everything that he... I mean, look at the local government elections. When he was about to hold the local government election, what did they say? They said he has to give 90 days. When they were going to hold the local government election, what happened? They didn't even give notice. They just say, oh yeah, everybody are going to start to come out. When they held the election, there were all kinds of shenanigans that we all saw on TV that we did not know. Everybody has kept quiet. The guy himself, Gongon, has kept quiet. He has been emasculated completely.
Because he apologized?
Because it's part of the apology. Because when he's apologizing, they will say, okay, not that you have apologized. You will do this. And that. Before
we can accept this apology.
One can accept this apology. Like, if you offend me now, you know, now, forgive me. I say, no, I can't forgive you until you do this and do that. That is how the apology works.
YK is teaching people not to apologize, but George is
not saying don't apologize.
Let's take George's number call. George, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes, please.
Yes, I just want to commend the ladies on the program. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to commend the ladies on the program. They are really
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That Marie, the Senate President, is on immunity. Hello?
We can hear you. Just keep going. Just keep talking.
Is the Senate President on immunity?
Is the what? Is the first president?
Yes. The Senate President is on immunity that he cannot be punished.
Okay, on immunity.
So there are laws that guide how they are being treated.
It's not our president. The reason I'm asking, they are no more talking about the sexual assault on the lady.
The court will handle that, sir. I said the courts are supposed to handle that.
So she made that accusation, and that is being dealt with at the court.
The court the court is handling that.
Yes. This is a whole different matter of how she conducted herself within the premises of the Senate. That's what they're discussing now.
What I was listening to now is that she should write an apology letter again. What is that? Apology letter to who?
Okay. So you don't...
Apology letter to who?
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
We can hear you. So you don't agree that she should apologize. Thank you so much, Mr. George, for your call.
Yeah.
Yes, we go on a short break and we'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. We're still discussing Senator Natasha and the management of the National Assembly. We were speaking, YK, just before we went on a break, was talking about how giving an apology can make you come across as a weaker person and may affect you politically negatively, right?
I didn't say it can make you, because I feel that if you decide that you are wrong, you should apologize. I mean, the registrar of Chief Oloyede
Jam,
yes, apologized, and nobody felt he looked less of a man. In fact, we all hailed him because for you to accept an apology, he didn't even apologize because it wasn't his own particular. It was the criminals inside the system that messed him up. But he apologized. Now, so I'm not saying apology is wrong. What I'm saying is, when you apologize under their terms, those terms that sometimes can be suspect. I mean, let me give. I will still go back to River State Governor. I remember when he was doing his show. When he was like this, that's when he was.
Bragado.
Bragado. By the time they finished with him, this is how he was walking. His shoulder don't enter. He had changed. He was he was a broken man.
Hey, Jesus.
That is what my eyes saw. Power. That is what my eyes saw. I didn't see anything. I'm not judging him. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying what my eyes saw was a man who had been completely emasculated.
So you're suspecting that if Natasha, apologizes now, they will break her.
Maybe it be like so.
But I was going to say that remember, I think we may also be forgetting, remember that this was about her insisting that she didn't want to change her seat. She made it, at the time, they said she made it seem as if she thought she was being witch hunted or singled out. But this is something that actually happens quite often, at the Senate. So let's remember that, Then we also have the other side where she feels that because she had accused him of all, sexual harassment and things like that, that maybe that is why they took such a heavy-handed approach towards how she behaved. Now, hearing that.
I think that's, they took such a heavy hand, concerning her because of the way she reacted. It was her reaction. So first of all, she flouted the house rules. It was obvious. She was asked to move. I remember when we had that conversation on the table the first time, I said she could have moved first, obeying the law. Then go back later and ask, but why was I moved? Why did I leave? Because the seat you have moved me to, I may not be able to represent as I used to represent in the other seat. So why did I move? What happened? She could have had that conversation, but she decided to take is it high road now, low road? I don't know which of
She took a road.
She took a road, she had middle road, and refused to move, calling out the Senate president and everybody who cared to listen at that point. And when they now insisted, she now went ahead to come up with different allegations. So, you handle people how they present to you. So if she had taken another route, maybe we would have forgotten about this issue, because there were several instances where even Akpabio at the time misbehaved in the house, and then he was called to order, Saraki during Saraki's time. Yes, and in a few weeks, it was resolved. So it's how you carry.
They didn't give her those few weeks.
It's the way she handled it. If you know, there's a way you can escalate an issue. There's a way you can escalate an issue that could have been solved if you had just calmed down a little and be logical about your approach.
We have a call. We have a caller. Glory is on the line.
Yes. Good morning, my
Good morning,
sister.
Glory.
Good morning.
Yes. Please, let us go off, the box of gender.
Okay.
Natasha's attitude is not feeling remorse at all. What example are we showing to the younger ones? She's not remorse at all. Let us go out of the box of gender. She should be able to apologize at least. Even if your children, you offended your children, you should be able to say, I'm sorry. With her attitude, she's not remorse at all. So let her go through the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Glory.
Thank you,
So I hear that. I hear because she said, let her go through the law. But what I'm saying is the rule of law is being broken. She has gone through the law. She has done her 6 months. So ideally,
she should be allowed.
Let her in. Suspend her again when she comes back.
Yes.
This new suspension is because you didn't apologize.
No. YK is because they're in court. Let's put that. But thank you, ladies, for this conversation because we need to move on to the next trending, hottest topic.
Okay.
The storm around Sujimoto, once hailed as Nigeria's luxury king, is fast turning into a national spectacle. Enugu patriots have branded his recent outburst as nothing but crocodile tears following his grilling by the EFCC over multi-million naira contracts. But the controversy runs deeper. Is Sujimoto being unfairly targeted by political enemies, or is this the reckoning of a businessman who overpromised and underdelivered? Some argue that his flamboyant lifestyle was built on taxpayers' money, while others insist he's a scapegoat in a system where government owes contractors billions, whichever side you stand on today. The saga has exposed the fault lines between luxury, politics, and accountability in Nigeria. What are your thoughts? When the news broke over the weekend, we had heard that he was first declared wanted by EFCC. The video, then he made a video that went viral. A lot of us, actually, I think we have a few people who want to reenact that video here. So they are asking, we're asking this scandal, will it permanently stain his brand, this brand that he has built? So join us this conversation. I think it's a very hot topic this morning. You can join us on 020-1635-2013 or 09024-163440. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ladies, so we saw that viral video. There they go. Okay, before that, there's a video. We already have the video on screen.
I'm not a thief.
Let's watch the video. Are we watching the video? Do we need to?
Okay. So, all right, ladies. We had, I think Ramatu wanted to give us the first reenactment.
Yes.
The drama.
Yeah, so he said, I am not a thief. Please, I need tissue.
Okay.
He said he's not a thief. And meanwhile, they gave him 5.7 billion, but so far he has used 750 million out of it. And then now the government, they're after me. They called EFCC. I'm not a thief now. They gave me the money, but they called EFCC. And now EFCC is questioning me for 10 days. They have been asking me questions, and I've not been able to answer the questions because the money, if you see the classrooms I built the classrooms. In fact, the students have started school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've started school.
Well, before we go out of what is out of scope. So, Sujimoto, for many people, he's quite known. He's a quite flamboyant, well-known real estate developer, and he's been in the news. We first heard because he was first declared wanted by EFCC, and then we saw this video where he gave us his own side of the story. And the side of the story is that he was supposed to be working for the Enugu state government to build smart schools for them. And the Enugu state government is accusing him of outright fraud. What are your thoughts on this? Please remember that this is a businessman in Nigeria working hard for his money. That's one. Yes. What are your thoughts on this?
I only need one.
Who wants to go first? Okay.
I only need 1 billion.
Why can't you real estate developer?
I go big government house join.
With the 1 billion.
Only. Why can't only 1 billion?
5.7
1 billion what?
It won't be enough.
cowries.
Naira. It won't be enough.
Okay, so
Okay.
I was just going to say, because I watched the video, and I was first of all I was feeling bad because I'd never heard of him. I don't know him. Okay. So when I watched the video, I was like, this poor guy. But I was waiting for him to say they didn't give me 5.7 billion. Because he has said it's 5.2, they give him no 5.7.
Okay.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that. If he didn't say that, what did he do with the money? That's my whole point. Which kind of cry be that? In fact, I've seen that. Are they showing he's crying now?
No. They moved on from the tears.
So according to you're asking what he used the money for.
To build.
According to him, it was to build. The Enugu state government had even asked him to build other things outside the schools that they had agreed upon. And when he said, this money that you've given me, I don't think it's going to be enough, they said, don't worry, there are other projects that are coming up and you can make up from those other projects. So he was quite surprised to now be declared wanted.
Yeah.
BC.
So,
okay, BC, before you
give
us your opinion, let's go on a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.